Oh well, so I'm redoing the van setup. It's taken a long ass time, which is to be expected. That much is to be expected. And I'm just tired on my ass right now. And so I'm supposed to leave this walkway clear. The center, the walkway to the left, that can be left totally messy, that's fine. Trying to follow some feng shui principles in this van. And they're kind of working, and they're also kind of excruciatingly painful. And I can't tell which category they're in just yet. It's honestly a little bit of both. It's a little bit of both. I'm just so tired I don't want to move anymore, but I got to finish this crap. I think. Actually, do I have to finish? Okay. 4 directions. Chi flow. Jesus Christ. No, it's a different energy flow. Yeah. Kashi split 1-1. So I'm supposed to split this Kashi box into 2 categories, but right now it's not split into 2 categories, it's split into like just one big old mush pit. So I've got to split it up into 2 categories. Because that's how I can do a binary, so I can split it up into a little binary decision tree. Just by splitting it up, 2. You can't do that without splitting it. I'm just exhausted that this feng shui shit is just so exhausting. I'm going to dispose of the backpack. It's really counterproductive. It's only been holding this much stuff inside of itself, yet half of the weight of the backpack was just the backpack itself, which is just completely absurd. We've got a water category right here, food category, clothes category, storage category, trash category, tools category, and fire category, and then Kashi. Got my information category below myself. Let's see, water, food, clothing, vehicle, this is the vehicle, tools, information, electricity is in the front, hygiene, combustion, storage, and so hygiene is combined with the water category. Wait, that actually makes sense. That's why it's so confusing. Hygiene and the water are together. Why are they together? It doesn't even make any sense. Nice. So damn tired right now. So the point of the cache layer is to be able to float freely on top of other stuff. Here, this roll of tape actually belongs in this tool bag. Yeah, so I'm trying to take this from a convenience class to a transformation class where in order to do anything you essentially have to transform the environment around. It's a little bit cumbersome, but I think it's going to be more efficient in the ending. I think it's going to be more efficient in the ending if I have to transform stuff. And my biggest issue was with buildings, was I'd build stuff and I'd have sharp tools and little wires and little molten balls of lead flying around. And then on that same token, I'd be eating in the same spot where the molten balls of lead would be, so that's really bad. And so that was one of the reasons this was like super urgent. Doing this was like super urgent. Because of that poison problem. Where I was essentially poisoning myself with the level of messiness that was in here. Hopefully that'll be an issue. That'll be a solved issue, hopefully. So entrance will be the driver's seat. This is supposed to have like a little area of cleared space. And really, I was just supposed to try to I was trying to take the idea of the command position and key flow. Just trying to take the idea of command position and key flow to heart. That's what I did. My God, it's so chaotic in here. So I guess it's okay. It's in an intermediate state. I mean, of course, it's going to be chaotic. It's in an intermediate state. Oh man, I'm in so much pain. I mean, it just went straight from just doing nothing but laying down and studying to moving the entire day without much food. I mean, it's a big, physiologically, it's a big difference. Just physiologically speaking. That's a lot of change at once. And the van wasn't in a hospitable state. So I was just forced to crawl to some random street corner and collapse there because I couldn't collapse here. That was pretty bad. It was fun. All sorts of fun. I don't know where one of my trash bags went. It's behind me. It's been behind me the whole time. Okay. That is one of the ideas in Feng Shui, is that you really can't control what's behind you, so you just want to make sure that your back is the most stable area. course, trying to have a valid command position inside of a car where there's literally just walls that open right into the road is a bit difficult, but it's possible. Yeah, right into the road, and the other side is the sidewalk. Difficult but possible. Of course, it's not a brick wall, mountain, or cave. It's not like a barracks, but it will do. It will do. Oh, a water bottle. Sweet. Found one of your water bottles. Oh yeah, these bags all go into the bag of bags. To the baggus of haggis. This bag right here. The bag of bags is remaining in the same position. Just because I honestly just don't know what to do with it. I'm tired as hell. I'm supposed to be studying this stuff seriously. I'm so tired. Okay, so there's Earth. Okay, we're going to start off with the levels of context and the need. So the need is to harmonize various levels of stuff. The levels can be dimensions, the levels can be items, the levels can be chakras, the levels can be delineations. And so there's heaven, there's man, there's earth. Heaven refers to what's outside, man refers to self, and earth refers to the environment one is in. And so this is about the earth fortune or luck. And that's one type of context. And then I also find the inner body and the outer body and the boundary between. And so I find the action that the one is doing or the context that one is in defines the in or the outside. So for this van, the inside would be everything from the van inwards. But sometimes the inside would just be the skin inwards, or sometimes inside would be the community inwards. And it really depends on the context. And bring that, and you have to try to achieve chakra harmony. And you have different chakras. You have the red, orange, yellow, green, blue, indigo, violet chakra, or the physical chakra, the emotion, the emotional, the identity, the aspirational, the community, the ideological, and the spiritual chakras. And you got to harmonize all of them at once. And so a lot of this is really rolling around the red and orange and yellow chakras, where it's identity, emotion, and physicality. And there's 8 directions. There's north, south, east, west, and there's northeast, northwest, southeast, and southwest, and that refers to front, back, left, right, and the combination of thereof. And I'm supposed to think of this whole thing as a little person. I'm supposed to think of this whole setup as a little person. So right now I have a little person. I have my foot on the bottom. I have my head at the top. And I have my arms representing my backpack on the sides. And that's actually how it's supposed to be in Vatu Shrastha and Feng Shui. You're supposed to kind of visualize a space as a person. No, that's actually a Vatu Shrastha idea, where they have a little meditating guy in a square. So this is my arms. That's the head, arm, foot. And then there's 5 elements. There's the earth, water, fire, air, and ether element. And so I put my water element at the corner here because this is where it settles down. This is where water goes downwards. It always wants to go down. And then I put myself here because it's the ether element, you know. Yeah. should put digital stuff here. Oh, this needs to be a platform. This needs to be closed off. I shouldn't be able to step through this thing. It's actually really bad. Don't have the energy to do anything about it right now, though. So, no, maybe I'm manifesting that badly when I say that out loud. Maybe I do have the energy to do something about it. Whatever. Anyway, so this is supposed to be a platform. Right now it's just a bag. I can't actually put my foot in it. It would be good to be able to put my foot in it, though. That'd be very nice. Currently, that isn't the case. Smell this really quickly. No, this is a dirty rag. This is good. Guess we'll put these in the corner. This thing too. This thing is a winter hat, so it goes in storage. I'm so fucking tired right now. Oh yeah, okay. Okay, I have a cashier, I have a go box. Go box is supposed to be in the front. I have a trash can, I got the trash can. I'm supposed to be able to sleep, I'm supposed to be able to export items, I'm supposed to be able to study. So I got all those areas laid out. Or at least this transformation set up. I have the transformation set up where I can transform the space into whatever I need it to be more quickly than slowly. Which is really important for that transform to be fast. And I had a lot of on the conceptual scale. I had a lot of trouble figuring out taxonomy of categories because I wasn't sure if it should be action-based, like my LIT is, or if it should be the type-based, like how I have it laid out right now. And I realized I kind of need a combination of all of them. I realized my water, food, clothing, vehicle, tools, information, electricity, hygiene, combustion, storage system isn't wide enough. I need to have a category for trash, and just putting that under storage isn't enough. I need to have a category for a quick cashy, and just putting that under like travel is not enough. Like kind of, but it's like a loose connection. So I really had to get comfortable with combining all these different types of ideas into like one cohesive system, and then just not have it ever be something that actually makes sense. Because something I realized, and this is also with the travel, there's also with the traveling set too, I noticed, is this camping idea, the idea of camping, you have to bring together a lot of elements from, well, not you, but when I had to come up with this camping system, I had to bring up all together a lot of elements from a lot of different systems that I developed. And it's almost like I had to bring together everything. Like I had to bring together my chakras, I had to bring together my inventory, I had to bring together my action lists. I mean, that's not everything, but it's a lot. And so I find that this camping setup is very integrative, and you know, to achieve harmony between anything, you have to have a lot of different things that you're achieving harmony. Like if you're achieving harmony between things, the implication is you have a lot of things to bring together. So that's kind of what I've been doing, because what I've been going through is just having to create harmony between all these different things. It's my action system. And so I'm not doing this right now because I don't have access to a printer right now. But what I'm supposed to do is I'm supposed to take every single action set, like eating, and I'm supposed to attribute it to either redirect or to a full copy of the Fulu that I have on my side. And that way the information's in here triggerable by memory, but it's also here triggerable by space as well. That way it's triggered by space. It's triggered by mind and space. And, well, really, you know, let's bring a bunch of stuff together. You know, I mean, it's one thing to trigger one way, it's another thing to trigger another way. Well, why don't you do it different ways, you know? Why don't you have different ways of triggering, you know, different things? So that's kind of like the idea behind that. Now, this is fucked. Why did I save this? That is a fuck pedal. Man. What was I thinking trying to save a pedal like that? So yeah, that's what I've been doing. And so probably what I'm going to do pretty soon is I'm probably going to replace all these bags with the totes. Like, I actually put my birth certificate and stuff in like a cheap old plastic bag. It's kind of awful, but it's what I had on hand at the time. Like, because this place was a mess. It was just a big old mountain of stuff. It was completely unusable. And so yeah, I did that. And so now hopefully I'm able to get it into a nicer form where I can actually make sense of the stuff. This is a sub bag for the backpack. This doesn't belong down here. I see it's still got a bunch of stuff just flying around everywhere. It's kind of awful. There's a storage type. It goes back there. But it is getting slowly aligned together. And it doesn't even need to be completely aligned together. It just needs to be like 90% there. And that's kind of like a big part of this system, is like it should be functional even when it's imperfect. This is what I notice a lot of these architecture teachers, except for this Feng Shui modern dude. He does a good job at, you know, kind of embracing imperfection. But a lot of the Feng Shui stuff, a lot of like the Indian geomancy, they kind of insist like you have a perfect setup. Like, you are not allowed to have a septic tank underneath your house. You cannot have a septic tank underneath your house. And it's like, well, what if you don't have a choice? Like, then what? It's like, what do you do if you don't have a septic? Oh, well, your house is just fucked then. It's like, wow, okay, thanks. Thanks, like, really? Like, space is just screwed up because you can't do like 2 or 3 rules right? And, well, I get where they're coming from. I mean, like, you know, literally, like, they're saying these things have like a divine source and stuff. But, like, it's got to be made practical as well. I mean, maybe it's for building temples. Maybe that high standard is really good for building temples, but it's just it doesn't seem terribly practical in day to day. And I might even say there's like a general criticism of Indian philosophy as well, and cultures. I feel like a lot of parts of Indian culture, like, they have to be done perfectly right. And if it's done really, really well, it's like perfect. But if it's like not well, it's kind of hellish. I mean, just like point to the caste system, the way they treat the women, the way they treat the caste system, the way they treat the women. I think it's about it, actually. That's all I can think of. It's like it works well when everything's well, but if there's like even a little bit imperfection, or somebody's even abusing their power a little bit, it falls apart really quickly. I don't know, like that's kind of cool, but it's also kind of, I don't know. So like the Vatsu Shastra is also like that too. It's like, if it's well, it's like really well, but if it's like bad, it's like, okay, there's like no, there's no precedent, like there's no forgiveness, it's like 0. It's like, get out. It's like, wow. It's painful. But I get it. I won't dock a system like that. I just say it has a high threshold for error. I mean, just because, like, I don't know, I'm going to make an analogy of rocket ships. Just because rocket ships require a high tolerance or a very low air tolerance doesn't mean you invalidate rocket ships. Rocket ships are cool too. And they have to be made to exacting standards. So I get it. Oh, and arranged marriage. Yeah, I was going to say that. The way they treat their women, arranged marriage, and case systems, these things work really well when they work really well. But when they don't work well, they create a dimension of hell. So yeah, I'm just going to say that. I'm going to leave that where it's lying, because I probably shouldn't criticize too much culture that I really don't belong to. Nor have I experienced, you know, really closely. It's kind of shitty. It's kind of shitty to criticize it, as if I have been living there for like 20 years, which I haven't. So I'm just speaking out of my ass. So I'm speaking like an idiot. I guess I already spoke like an idiot, so I can't really take it back. But if I could take it back, I would take it back. So, moving on. So yeah, I did the Vatsushasta thing. The little mini person inside of a house idea. And then, I think that's it. I think that's pretty much the whole shebang. I got this cashew box right here, but it's almost done. I almost processed the entire cashew box. It's almost entirely processed. It's almost entirely done. It's crazy because I just started at like 12, and I think it's like 6. I mean, it's not even that late. It only took like 6 hours. I think it started like 12:30. So the fact that this is already kind of like done already, I don't even start off with like a plan. I just kept researching the philosophy of this stuff until it really stuck, and I really made sure to review my notes and made sure, you know, I was following a good principle in whatever I was doing. I think it worked out okay. Not gonna say it worked out perfectly. I mean, I'm tired as hell. It'd be better to not be tired. I mean, if I'm really achieving harmony between different levels, my body should not be in this much pain. I should not have studied for 5 days straight. That is not achieving harmony. That is extreme and insane. But it does seem to be working. And the thought process behind this was the thought process behind this was you know, this small change in my lifestyle or my arrangement of these geometric objects is going to make a big difference in a lot of different things. So whatever I'm doing, I better do it damn well, because it does make a big difference. And I think I'm already starting to see a big difference. Or maybe it's just in my head. Maybe that's just in my head. It seems to be a big difference already. Yeah. No. Oh, well, she's in her own little world. Let's put this in here. I don't mean to like shit on the magic art of tidying, where they say, oh well, if you live your whole life just for now, it's not good to live your whole life just for now. But it's like, yo, the entirety of life happens just for now. Like, that's everything. That's literally everything. It's like, it's kind of a ridiculous statement to say it shouldn't be just for now, when that's literally everything. I kind of want to see if this lip balm works as good flux. I'm going to put it in the toolbox. I'm going to leave it in there. There you go. I'm going to put the lip balm in the toolbox. See, maybe it can work as good flux for soldering flux. And now that I have finally done this one thing, I think I can finally move on with my life and try to do or become something else aside from what I am in this current moment exactly right now. I can try to be more or less or whatever. I can change because now I can. Whereas previously I was telling myself, well, you can't change because this is the one thing that you should change first, is your living situation, because your living situation will affect you because you're a material person who lives inside of a material world, who's affected by material things, yada yada yada. If you're a material person who lives inside of a material world affected by material things, well, guess what that means? You need material support. And well, you either get more support or you just refine the support you already have. And so I'm just refining the support that already exists. You know, before running around trying to make $1 million. I'm going to try to refine what I have really well. And I'm glad that I studied. I'm glad that I learned these things. The most important thing I learned is really no metric for order. There's like no metric for order. Like there's absolutely no metric for order. Like it's all insanity, and you just kind of have to be okay with it, and just trying to use what works and discard what doesn't. Like instead of saying this is good or this is bad, it's just like really like what works and what doesn't work, and just be comfortable with saying like, okay, what works and what worked yesterday might not work tomorrow, and just, you know, try your hardest and be okay with that. You know, but actually technically that's not true, because I was studying ancient arts, and those have been working for thousands of years,